Welcome to this episode of this Islamic Man Sharia. We are discussing post-disaster relief. This is an aspect of world disasters such as 9/11 and certain other tsunamis in India, Afghanistan, and all surrounding places that have had natural disasters. We live in a world where everything is considered a natural disaster. It's a natural disaster to make a mistake. It is a natural disaster to fall down. It's natural to fall down, especially when you're weak. But trying to get up after you fall down and you can't do it naturally and need the assistance of someone else, it hardens one's soul to know that you are unable. I'm going to read a policy research working paper called Managing Post-Disaster Reconstruction Finance, International Experience in Public Financial Management. Today we'll learn some of the ways to manage after a natural disaster. And don't let it harden one's soul to know that all things happen for a reason. If it had not been for the creation of the black man, there would be no need for the white man. And in turn, if there had been no creator, we would never know the difference. So therefore, either or can be the creator of something or someone. It just goes to show that without each other, we have nothing. Now let's begin. The past 3 years have presented the development community with some of its most demanding reconstruction challenges since the aftermath of World War II. While post-conflict reconstruction remains a priority in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia, reconstruction after natural disasters have received equal attention, particularly after the tsunami in December 2004. Over the period from July 2006 to June 2007, there have been a total of 366 disasters, almost 4 times more than in 1975. These disasters include earthquakes, floods, landslides, wildfires, droughts, windstorms, epidemics, extreme temperatures, and affected almost 200,000 people, killing 18,000 and producing damage valued at almost $30 billion. Recent projections on the rapidity of climate change will further increase the number and intensity of natural disasters. The World Bank and other development partners have been involved in post-disaster reconstruction response to the devastation resulting from the recent tsunami in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, the Maldives, and India, and also from the earthquakes in Pakistan and Indonesia. All these activities came in addition to other large-scale post-conflict reconstruction programs in Afghanistan, East Timor, Haiti, Sudan, and several other countries, most recently Lebanon. In some cases, such as Iraq or Indonesia, the legacy of conflict and natural disaster were overlapping. While both contexts often trigger the need for a rapid scaling up of support and are characterized by weak capacity environments. Responses may be subject to important differences. A cross-cutting theme in both instances, however, was the need to strengthen and in many cases establish effective modalities of public financial management in accordance with local prevailing capacities and fiduciary risk. The World Bank's reconstruction and mitigation portfolio related to natural disasters has also been increasing sharply since the 1980s. During the period of 1984 and 2005, there were 528 projects worth $26.3 billion to support disaster-related activities. These represented 9.4% of all World Bank loan commitments since 1984. Most of them are emergency recovery loans, ERLs, emergency recovery loans, and they'll be mentioned again, and include International Development Association, IDA, credits and grants, World Bank Independent Evaluation Group 2006. In most disasters, the available domestic resources are not sufficient to meet the financial and human needs. The impact of disasters in developing countries is typically disproportionately greater in terms of GDP and government revenues. Consequently, international donor agencies are frequently called upon to finance reconstruction in post-disaster and post-conflict countries. In the case of large-scale natural disasters such as the Asian tsunami, private contributions were also an important part of the reconstruction program. In these contexts, international agencies such as the World Bank are often called upon to provide support in terms of reconstruction financing and experience. International good practice impact evaluations. The technical task of coordinating the various donors and agencies engaged in the process. Spending these significant financial resources well has been a key concern in all of these reconstruction episodes. Appropriate arrangements for public financial management and accountability, PFMA, are increasingly viewed as a crucial ingredient in ensuring that reconstruction proceeds with integrity in a timely and effective manner, while also adequately managing fiduciary risk. The international community has increasingly emphasized the performance of public financial management, the PFM, public financial management systems to enhance the use of domestic resources in developing countries and to underpin the scaling up and effectiveness of aid. Strengthening of country financial management systems and donor harmonization have both emerged as key priorities in enhancing aid and effectiveness, including through budget support. The recent Public Expedition and Financial Accountability, the PFA, framework has developed an approach based on systematic diagnosis in order to identify weakness in PFM and the use of performance indicators to design, perform, and monitor improvements. Now I'm going to read from the Quran. Let me see, I believe it's Surah Hijri. Just to touch bases, where we are today. No, Hijri is Surah 15. Verses or ayat 1 through 9, or the rocky track. Surah al-Hijr. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Ra. These letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah alone knows their meanings. These are verses of the book in the plain Quran. How much would those who disbelieve wish that they had been Muslims? Those who have submitted themselves to Allah's will in Islamic monotheism, this will be on the day of resurrection, when they will see the disbelievers going to hell and the Muslim going to paradise. Lead them to eat and enjoy, and let them be preoccupied with false hope. They will come to know. And never did we destroy a township, but there was a known decree for it. No nation can advance its term, nor delay it. And they say, O you, Muhammad, Allahu Salahi wa Salam Alay, to whom the dhikr, the Quran, has been sent down. Verily, you are a madman. Why do you not bring angels to us if you are of the truth? We send not the angels down except with the truth for torment, and in that case, they that disbelieve will have no respite. Verily, we it is, we who have sent down the dhikr, the Quran, and surely we will guard it from corruption. And if I go again to Surah 2 Al-Baqarah, ayahs 1. Let me read here. Surah Al-Baqarah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim. These letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah knows their meanings. This is the book, the Quran, whereof there is no doubt. A guidance to those who are al-Muttaqun, the pious believers of Islamic monotheism who fear Allah must abstain from all kinds of sins and evil deeds which He has forbidden, and love Allah must perform all kinds of good deeds which He has ordained. Who believe in the Ghaib and perform as-salah and kama as-salah and spend out of what we have provided for them, give zakat, spend on themselves, their parents, their children, their wives, etc., and also give charity to the poor, also in Allah's cause, jihad, and who believe in the Quran and the Sunnah, which has been sent down, revealed to you, Muhammad, wa salam, Salahi alay, and in that which was sent down before you, the Torah, and the Injil, Gospel, etc. And they believe with certainty in the hereafter, resurrection, recompense of their good and bad deeds, paradise and hell. They are on true guidance from their Lord, and they are the successful. Verily, those who disbelieve, it is the same to them whether you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warn them or do not warn them. They will not believe. Allah has set a seal on their hearts and on their hearing. They are closed from accepting Allah's guidance, and on their eyes there is a covering. Theirs will be a great torment. And of mankind there are some hypocrites who say, we believe in Allah in the last day, while in fact they believe not. They think to deceive Allah and those who believe, while they only deceive themselves and perceive it not. In their hearts is a disease of doubt and hypocrisy, and Allah has increased their disease. A painful torment is theirs because they used to tell lies. And when it is said to them, make not mischief on the earth, they say, we are only peacemakers. Verily, they are the ones who make mischief, but they perceive it not. And when it is said to them, hypocrites, believe as the people, followers of Muhammad, Salahu alayhi wa salam, Al Ansar, Al Mujurun have believed, they say, so we believe as the fools have believed. Verily, they are the fools, but they know not. And when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe, but when they are alone without their shaitan, devils, polytheists, hypocrites, they say, truly we are with you. Verily, we were but mocking. Allah mocks at them and gives them increase in their wrongdoing to wander blindly. These are they who have purchased error for guidance, so their commerce was profitless, and they were not guided. Their likeness is the likeness of one who kindled a fire. Then when it lighted up all around him, Allah took away their light and left them in the darkness, so they could not see. They are deaf, dumb, and blind. They return not to the right path. Or like a rainstorm from the sky, wherein is darkness, thunder, and lightning, they trust their fingers and their ears to keep out the stunning thunderclap for fear of death. But Allah ever encompasses the disbelievers, Ahadun Aha, Allah will gather them all together. The lightning almost snatches away their sight whenever it flashes for them. They walk therein, and when darkness covers them, they stand still. And if Allah will, He could have taken away their hearing and their sight. Certainly Allah has power over all things. O mankind, worship your Lord Allah, who created you and those who were before you, so that you may become al-Matakun, the pious. Now, we have learned a very good blessing that regardless of what story is being told, we don't take the good and try to arrange it the way it's supposed to be for us. Because when we're reading a book, a story can be told with 2 or 3 different endings, and still the ending is the end. But when you are associating yourself with partners other than Allah, there is one. But with them, there is not, because then you will come back again. So therefore, when you are expressing yourself or you are talking to someone, because they are saying something to you, you have to listen. And you go behind their back and you say one thing and you think they haven't heard that, but you hear them or you hear about them. And the same thing people are doing to them, you believe that you're able to do when you're already in a situation where there's nothing that you can do. And if you would have just joined those in whom it was hard on, because formerly or before, it was stated in the Quran, in the Torah, in the Injil, that those who work hard, let me read it so that you know. Let me read it because it's read every day. Every day. When the earth is shaken with its final earthquake, and when the earth throws out its burdens, a man will say, what is the matter with it? What is the matter with all the things that I do? You don't do anything. You think that you're doing something, then you blame others for not doing what they are responsible for doing, and then try to hold them responsible for doing what the world does. If they're not of the world, then they've been taken from the world. And been placed upon ranks. And they give you information. You ask, what is the matter with it? after they have given you some information about what is to come, and you still don't know, then that's what you will come to know. So it says, that day it would declare its information about all what happened over it, good or evil. Because your Lord has inspired it. He has inspired you. He has inspired you to do something good. And you was doing good. And in the Bible it says, for all, you can do 100 things good. You do one thing bad, and it destroys all your good deeds. That day mankind will proceed in scattered groups that they may be shown their deeds. So whoever does good equal to the weight of an atom or a small ant shall see it. And whoever does evil equal to the weight of an atom or a small ant shall see it. So if a person is in the works, that means waterworks. Either he's clean or he's dirty. And in between, it's like producing a minor sin in Islam, like smoking or drinking or intoxicants. But there's a time for everything. And the more good you do, the more good you get out of it. But the more evil you do, the more you'll be judged for evil and not good. Because there's no reward for doing something good until you do it for yourself, because that's what you have the ability to do. When you do something evil, others have their right over you. So, in other words, all you're doing is giving me the right to do something to you, or those who come to me about something that they're doing, in which I have all the right to do. But you have no authority to do what you're doing, so you can't give it to me. So you're mad about what I don't do because you want me to do it so that I'll be held responsible just like you. Well, if that was the case, we've tried that once. We've tried that twice. And the old saying says you can't fool a wise man twice. And another old saying said, you fool me once, you fool me twice, but you won't fool me a third time. The last saying is death. After that, you die. And when people ask, where are you? They say, well, he's died dead. Thank you for coming to this episode. And thanks for coming to this episode of Islam Magic and Sharia. I just want to say to those who continue to subscribe and receive the message, it's good that you want me to have a GoFundMe page. But at this time, I don't have a GoFundMe page because what I'm saying is just information to put out there. Where if somebody needs 99 pennies, 10 nickels, 20 nickels, 10 dimes, 4 quarters, that you at least be able to get them at least 1 penny. Because some people don't have that. At least you be able to give them 1 nickel. Some people don't have that. At least you be able to get them 1 dime. Some people don't have that. At least you be able to get them 1 quarter. Some people don't have that. Allahu Akbar.